going to look at the cash disbursements section of the 13-week cash flow. Now, this tends to be one of the more complex sides of the 13-week cash flow, but it's actually also one of the more versatile sides to allow you to change things to keep your cash balance strong. So first of all, what we're going to do here is we're going to turn on our data entry cells so we can see what our data entry sections are. So obviously we have the week ending that we can work with, and we've probably already established that when we start putting the cash flow together. But I want to point out that there are 4 major sections of the cash disbursement section. They are your accounts payable payments, and we'll talk about how that works in a minute. We have a labor section. We have standard monthly payments. These are payments that are made on a specific day each month, and they're usually a fixed amount like a loan payment. And then we have other fixed expenses. They may come in at a particular time, they may have different due dates, and they also have variable balances. But by dividing it up, all your cash payments out into these sections, makes it a little easier and logical to manage what you have for total payments on a weekly basis. So doing so and managing this, let's take a look at some of the things that we do know very well. First of all is the payroll section. I can put in my weekly payroll here each week, and I can change it based on however my payroll happens to change. Any changes I make here will be reflected in the total cash outlay, and it will also go into the reconciliation of the cash account on a weekly basis. Now, when we get into something like the standard payments, this is where we can kind of make things easy as the dates change. Because in the standard monthly payment section, this is a section that needs very little attention. Because if I put in a payment that I want to make, and I want to give it the date every month that I want it to be paid. In this case, I will make it the 15th of the month. And if I know that my standard payment is $8,000, what the system is going to do is it's going to find the week with the 15th of the month in it, and it's going to put that payment in there. This is one of the easy tools to use, because once you set this up, these payments are taken care of. You don't have to worry about when you change the dates, do you have to move these things around, because they'll move around automatically based on the dates. The other last section is the other fixed costs. These might be something that you choose not to put into the standard monthly payment section because they vary in dollar value, and you may want to manage these directly. Now, these are also ones, and we put them out here because we may want to move them out a particular week. For example, an electric bill I have in week 2, I have $6,600. If I am looking to reduce my cash outflow in week 2 because I didn't collect as much money as I was hoping I would, I can take that $6,600 out and put it in the following week to do so. Now what I've done is I've reduced my current week and I've pushed it out to week 3. Well, in my accounts payable, and we have a section that details some of this if somebody needs to do it, a lot of times what we do is we balance and we say, well, we only have, based on what we have for cash inflow, we can only spend a total of $73,000 for the week. So that means that I can only use about $30,000 for accounts payable to keep my cash balance in check. Now this allows me to go vendor by vendor and see who I have to pay and who can I put off a week in order to keep my cash balance strong. And this essentially covers the four sections: the accounts payable, the labor, the standard monthly payments, and the other fixed costs associated with the cash disbursement section.